Hello, welcome back, and you are watching Positive Life TV. Hope that you have subscribed to my channel. If not, kindly do it now, and do not forget to click the bell icon so that you don't miss out the notifications whenever we upload new video. No doubt that everyone has experienced stress in one way or the other form, and I am sure that there is no individual who has never undergone stress in their life. Be it exam stress for students, syllabus coverage stress for teachers, sales target for sales professionals, deposits and loan recovery for bankers, work stress for public servants, too much work pressure in dealing with the patients for doctors, and each profession has its own stressors. Basically, stress is a person's response to events that are threatening or challenging. Example, an exam deadline, sales target, family issues, indisciplined children at home, and many more. Even pleasant events such as planning a party or taking up a new assignment can also lead to stress. For some, public speaking causes stress, whereas for others who do it with the passion may not experience stress. So, stress is purely a personal matter. It all depends on one's perception of the activity. Hence, a person's interpretation of events plays a very important role in determination of what stress is. Let's see the symptoms of stress. There are many symptoms. For example, I'll mention few. Irritability, hypertension or depression, feeling of helplessness, impulsive behavior and emotional instability, grinding teeth, fear without knowing what we are afraid of, tensions and alertness, loss of joy of living, fatigue, pounding heart, dryness of mouth and throat, frequent need to urinate, diarrhea, indigestion, stomach upset, vomiting, sweating, loss of appetite or excessive appetite, increased smoking, alcohol and drug addiction, insomnia, inability to concentrate, nightmares, inability to complete the assigned task due to poor motivation, reduced self-esteem. These are some of the types of symptoms of stress. Let us learn the model proposed by Hans Hill called the General Adaptation Syndrome, which suggests that the physiological response to stress follows the same set of pattern regardless of the causes of stress. This general adaptation syndrome has three phases. The first phase is called alarm reaction. This occurs when people become aware of the presence of a stressor. On a biological level, the sympathetic nervous system becomes energized, which helps a person to cope initially with the stressor. But if the stressor persists, people move on to the second response stage called the resistance. In this stage, the body is actively fighting the stressor on a biological level. During resistance, people use a variety of means to cope up with the stressor. Sometimes he will be successful, but at the cost of physical or psychological well-being. For example, a student who is facing the stress due to failure in several subjects might spend long hours of studying seeking to cope up with the stress. If resistance is not sufficient, people enter the last stage of general adaptation syndrome called exhaustion. In this stage, a person's ability to fight the stressor declines to the point where the negative consequences of stress appear, such as physical illness and psychological symptoms in the form of inability to concentrate, severe irritability, and sometimes they lose the touch with reality. That means people wear out their psychological resources to fight the stressors, and it is used up now. How to come out of this third stage? In some cases, escaping from stresses will give you some relief. For example, people who become ill from overwork shall take a break from their duties for some time. Then the immediate stress will be reduced. Else it will lead to serious psychological disorder and will reflect in physical issues. Now let us see how to cope up with stress. Stress is a normal part of life and it is not a bad part. Without stress, we might not be sufficiently motivated to complete the activities we need to accomplish. But too much stress can harm physical and psychological health. Now let's see how to deal with the stress. Is there a way to reduce its negative effects? Yes. This is what we call as coping with the stress. Now let us see some of the effective coping strategies. First one, turn a threat into a challenge. When a stressful situation might be controllable, the best coping strategy is to treat the situation as a challenge and focus on ways to control it. For example, if you experience stress due to frequent breaking of a fuse at home, then you might take a course on basic electrical maintenance and you can equip yourself with ways to rectify the issue so that this problem is solved permanently. Second, make a threatening situation less threatening. When a stressful situation seems to be uncontrollable, you need to take a different approach. It is always advisable to appraise a situation in a lighter way and modify your attitude towards it. It is just like a saying, look for the silver lining in every cloud. Very simple. Identify what are the positives even in that stressed environment. Third, change your goals. If you are facing an uncontrollable situation, you can adopt a strategy to have new goals which are practical in view of a particular situation. Example, a cricketer who has met with an accident and has lost full use of his legs may not aspire a career in cricket, but might modify his goal to become a good cricket commentator. Fourth, alter the situations that are likely to cause stress. This is called as proactive coping, where you anticipate and try to manage it before it is encountered. For example, you are expecting a week-long series of tests. You can try to arrange your schedule accordingly so that you get more time to plan and study effectively. Fifth, avoid caffeine and alcohol. Avoid the consumption of any drinks containing caffeine and alcohol. Caffeine will increase your level of stress rather than reduce it. Alcohol is a way to elevate stress and will not be of any help. Replace caffeinated and alcoholic drinks with water, herbal teas, or natural fruit juices and aim to keep yourself hydrated, as this will enable your body to cope up better way with stress. Sixth one, physical exercises. Physical exercises will metabolize the excessive stress hormones and restore your body and mind to a calmer and more relaxed state. Regular physical activity will also improve the quality of your sleep. 7. Share your problems. Just talking to someone about how you feel can be helpful. Sharing your problems to your friend, colleague, or a counselor can release some of the built-up stress. 8. Write the possible solutions. Writing down the problems and coming up with many possible solutions will help you. Decide on the positive and negative aspects of each point and select the best solution. 9. Manage your time effectively. Prepare a to-do list, and sometimes this to-do list also a common cause of stress. Except that you cannot do everything at once and start to prioritize your task. Making a list of all the things that you need to do and list them in order of priority. You can note what task you need to do personally and what can be delegated to others. 10th, say no if you are overburdened. Learning to say no to additional or unimportant requests will help you to reduce your level of stress and may also help you develop more self-confidence. Many people find it hard to say no because they want to be nice and to be liked by others. Some others will consider it as a fear of missed opportunities. Initially, you might feel difficult to respond to a request with a straight no. Instead, think of some pre-prepared phrases to say no in a more gentle manner. Practice saying phrases like, I am sorry, but I cannot commit to this as I have other priorities at the moment. Or you can also say, now it would be difficult as I am in the middle of some other task. Can you ask me again later? Or you can also say, I would love to do this, but whatever reason, you can put it in a very polite manner. 11th, take rest when you are ill. If you are ill, do not hesitate to take leave. A short period of rest will enable the body to recover faster. 12th, practice relaxation technique. There are different relaxation techniques. What I am mentioning here is about progressive muscular relaxation. It involves relaxing the muscles of the body in sequence and sensing the difference in the feelings. Sit in a comfortable chair, or you can lie in a bed and start taking deep breath. Start focusing orderly from head to toe or from toe to head and relax systematically. In between, you should not change, either from top to bottom or from bottom to top. Anyone is sufficient. You will be experiencing a deep sense of tranquil when you do this. Once you do this, next step is you can start counting from 10 to 0, or if you want to relax more, from 20 to 0 or from 50 to 0 also. But before counting, say in your mind that now I am counting from 10 to 0, and for every count I am relaxing 100 times more. Then start counting very slowly from 10 to 0. You will be more relaxed. After doing this, remain in the same state for about 10 to 15 minutes. Once you feel that you are relaxed, you feel that you want to come to the normal state. Now you count from 1 to 5 slowly in your mind. Before counting, say in your mind that for every count you will be entering the normal state, and then start counting. So after reaching 5, you rub your hands, generate heat as much as possible, and then place it on your eyes and face, and then slowly open your eyes. Now you will feel very much relaxed and you will enjoy this state of your mind. These are some of the tips which you can manage the stress effectively. So kindly express your comments in the comment section so that I know if this video was any use to you. Let us all pray Almighty to bless us with good health and give us courage and confidence to manage the stress effectively. I wish you all the best. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. See you again in my next video. Thank you very much.